Hello, Judy here from Thistledew Creations, and I figured out what to do with this blank page in my book that has some line paper on the one side and plain blank paper on the other side, and that is to dig out the napkins that go with the paper plates that I used on the front, because I haven't used this yet. I haven't even opened the package yet. So I'm just going to get my inks out of the way here. I might need them, so I don't want to put them away. But I want to take the backing off my napkin, first step. So just a little bit of Scotch tape and start it in one corner. And you can get underneath that layer. These are just 2 layers. And I do save these white parts mostly for cleaning up glue and using at the dining room table, or my island. Kitchen island is where we eat. So I do save them, and you can also stamp on them, or not so much stencil on them. You can stamp on them easy enough. And then I'm going to take my water brush and just tear off a section. I'm going to need 2 sections, maybe even more. I only want 1 set of the animals, I think, but I might want more roses. So I was thinking about doing sort of like a border around the page. So kind of like, that's the one corner I could skip because I don't really want to cover that number. And I think I want these animals over here. So I'm going to take this top floral bit off, kind of like this. And then these critters are going to go over here. And what I might do is have it coming onto this page, but not over that red line. And then that can be torn off over there. That'll give this page a little something. And then I can ink this in probably the pink ink, I think. I'm going to put my cardboard underneath it just so that it's got a firm backing to glue on. Take my forget-me-nots out of the pocket for a minute. And this comes up to about here. So I kind of want to glue from there down. And there. And then set that kind of where I want it there, and work it down into that page edge. And then if there's any edges like this that are loose, I'll just go along and get them. I realized that I hadn't repeated this pattern, and it's really cute. More springy than Eastery. There is a bunny there, but I'll just tear that off. This is almost like a cardstock because it's got some, and that bottom edge I think I'm going to cut off. And then I want the flowers to go across. And I think I'm going to bring them all the way over to here. So I'm going to separate this like there. I'll do this up in this corner. I like those wispy edges. But I also like them glued down. And then this guy, maybe down in this corner, just for a little touch of it on this page. Or up in this corner. Maybe up in this corner. My cat's sitting and staring at the whale tail tab punch that fell in the last video. It's still sitting on the floor. And she's just sitting there staring at it like, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. And then pink ink, I said. Do I still want to stick with that? These are my color options. Maybe the yellow again. Because there's just a touch of yellow in the flowers in a few spots. And then it won't seem so obviously matchy. And yellow is fresh. It looks good against that pink. Kind of getting caught up in the glue there along the top. That's why it looks a little darker. Not too worried about it. Bottom edge too. Wow, that looks so much better than just a blank page, doesn't it? I wish I could see what Wanda was doing on hers. Maybe by the time these are airing, we will have already exchanged them and I can show you how Wanda's turned out using the same pages. She would have gotten different things like napkins and stuff. The only napkins I think she will have some of the Easter egg ones. I think I sent her a couple of those, and I know she has extra of the Easter bunny face. But other than that, she will be going and getting her own things to finish up. So it'll be interesting to see how different our two journals are. I can't wait. And we're not going to trade them for keeps. We're going to send send it to each other and then send them back. We'll just do 2 swaps along with those mailings. We'll do like a flat rate box and fill the box up with other things. We swap a lot. She was my first. She's special to me because she was my first. I'll do just a little yellow here too. And then this page calls out for purple, doesn't it? And there is purple in the Easter eggs, but I don't think I want to add another pattern. Actually, here's where I could use this, because that does give me a little more pattern and purple, and then I ink it with purple. And maybe, do I want to do it as like a ruffle? Maybe I do want to do it as a ruffle. I'm going to ink first, and I might do that hand sewing ruffle. The other thing I've got is this, which might be better than another flower. That's the right color. And then I could just barely ruffle it. Let's do the inking first. So we'll do the lavender. And as much as I thought this was the right color, it's the one that's a little blotchy. I'm just going to do right down the spine here and try to use up that ink. I will ink this page as well, just so it matches and blends. Even when I start off the page, it gives me blotches. I'm wondering if I should be stenciling instead of just trying to edge the pages. It's a little late for that now, isn't it? I think this is all going to be covered. Now I just got to make sure my blotches are evenly distributed around the edges. Mama cat, is it time for some snacks? Yeah, that's good. And then this page kind of calls out for maybe peach. Pull that peach out of there. persimmon sauce. No, I don't have any stencils out, but they're right here. So let me see if there's any that I can just reach in and grab. That would work. Couple here. I have a dandelion stencil. Sticky stencil. I could do some dandelions all over this whole page. Dandelion isn't really Easter either. Pretty. I'm still going to edge the page, but at least I did something a little different. Yeah, and then maybe a pink one down here, just to get the two colors that we've got going there. I like that idea. So pink memories. I don't have a blue that's good. I'll just try to do it kind of pale. And they're going to overlap a little bit. Do you ever just sit down and not know what you're going to do until you're doing it? I rather like that. And then I think, as much as I like the pink ink, I think I'm going to ink it in the orange around the edge. I do want to use that plaid somewhere. Almost need the hot glue gun to make that work. Or hand sew. See that white edge? I do not want that white edge. And this looks really good now because it's really bringing out the orange that's in there. Blends in pretty good with the pink. There. I like that. And I could go back and do some of that on these other pages. You can still write on top of that. Now here, this is a little bit trickier. Not sure that I even should have put those pages in, but you see, Wanda's from Nova Scotia and I'm from Ontario, so that's why I did leave it in. Maybe here's where we could use the ruffle. I was going to put it on that purple page, wasn't I? Doesn't really need it, whereas this could use something. I almost think it should be something green or pink, because that's the colors we've got there. Don't really need that showing that that's Toronto, but it's not hurting anything. Maybe more deer. Hey, Mama. Can't think of anything at the moment, so I'm going to skip it. Still happy with that. I'm halfway through, and the only one that isn't decorated in some way is this. So I guess I better finish it before I say goodbye to you. What time are we at here? 24. I think we have time to figure something out. Oh, I know. I've got some seam binding lace in pink that's very flat. It's not even opened. New old stock. Mama's getting herself into trouble over here. Let's get you down, okay? I don't know how old this is, but Coates and Clark. It's got a barcode, so it can't be super, super old. I'm going to save that. Might be able to use that somewhere. A sewing journal. And that little oval sticker. I'll save to re-stick this. And maybe what I'll do is just go all the way around the edge instead of ink. This is a job for 3-in-1. So go right up the edge. And I think I'm gonna miter it. I'm gonna go right across. Not all the way. Changed my mind at the last second about going all the way across. So I'll keep my miter looking decent. Go down into that valley. Straighten that while I still can. And miter it while I still can. Bit of a glob there. I don't want a glob. Like dried glue. I wonder if Wanda's ever been to Ontario. Wanda, if you're watching, chime in and let me know. I've never been to Nova Scotia. It's something that in the next few years, there's going to be some more Canadian travel happening. Right now we go camping up towards Ottawa, because my son is in Ottawa, and that way he can, even if he's working on the weekend, he can come and visit us for an evening or for a morning if he's working nights, come up and have breakfast or something, go for a walk. So that's what we do right now, but we normally, before the pandemic, we would go to the States every year for about a 5 to 6 day trip. Down to West Virginia, where my mom's family is from. But I'm not doing that since the pandemic, and now with the political junk that's going on, we're just not doing that. So I'm thinking it's time to venture out west and down east and see some of Canada, some more of Canada. Now my label came off of my thing here, so I'm going to just glue it back on. This looks pretty. I'm glad I did this. So then I want to come across the rest of this way. I didn't miter this corner, so I'll do that. And left it well enough to miter it, I think. And then this one is going to come across here and get mitered. And there's hubby. So So now that we've got to the center with everything on one half at least decorated, I will bid you adieu for another time. Till tomorrow. Tomorrow for you, at least. Might still be today for me. But I do like the way that that looks. It makes that map just pop. And then we'll put something on this page. Maybe another one of these envelopes would be good there. Anyway, for now, that's going to do it. I better not close that up yet. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know how you like the lace effect. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.